Did you? No, it's a bird. Back to the Grovesters. We are just tripping into good stuff at this point. I think the way that sales are going and the way that our thrifting is going, we're actually going to break some of our own records this fall, which I'm ecstatic for. We're already hitting high sales. I think we have 16 things to ship from this weekend, and it's just been craziness. So let's go into everything we picked up and some of the tips and tricks that we are using to find good stuff as well. First up, let me give you one of the little reseller tricks that a lot of resellers do. So we're at thrift stores, estate sales, yard sales all the time. So we're basically thrifting all the time. So we find good deals not only for us to sell stuff, but we find good deals for people around us. So I tend to have like a mental list of things that people want. Somebody will say, hey, I'm looking for this size of shoes, or I'm looking for this collectible or this or that. And so we can pick it up for people for cheap. And then they just pay us for it. And it makes like a good deal, because then you make friends with people, and then all of a sudden they're calling you on a Friday night, hey, I'm emptying my grandma's house out. We don't want to do an estate sale. Do you want to come and just pick a whole bunch of stuff? It's amazing. So the other thing is we get stuff for ourselves. So for example, Under Armour, and these are basketball shoes. We got them for $10. These are expensive basketball shoes, and for $10, that's a great deal. CC beanie just needs to be washed. Everything's great with it. It was $2 for ourselves. And what we do when we pick up this kind of stuff is we just purchase it separately so that we don't mix up business money with our personal stuff. That way, receipts wise, it keeps it great. Another thing is, for the business, we're able to pick up stuff for really cheap. So like extension cords, and I use lint rollers all the time. Anytime I ship clothes, I lint roll them before I send them out. $1 a piece, which is so much cheaper than buying them. And I can keep this receipt and write it off as a supply. So you have to kind of like, you want a good accountant so that you know what receipts to keep and how to organize your receipts, and that what things you can write off. But that would be a supply because it's something I use in the business. Light bulbs, printer paper, all those kind of things we pick up all the time for the business, and we pick it up for cheaper at these like estate sales and stuff. Especially estate sales, you can just get boxes and boxes of printer paper for like $1, $2, like so cheap. And even if you're looking, and we lose these. I don't know how my kids lose umbrellas. This was personal, $1 for an umbrella at an estate sale. So great. But it's a good way for you to be able to also stock up for your business, like just supplies for your business or just for yourself. If you're already there and you're already thrifting for all your other things, just pick up some stuff for yourself occasionally. Just make sure you're smart. Don't like try and bleed it into the business at all. I did pick up some shoes. We got these North Face. They're like trail runner type shoes. Got them for $5. They sell like $20, $25. I'll get them cleaned up. Just throw them in the wash, and then I'll clean up the rubber on them, and they should sell pretty quickly. They're a size 9, so it's pretty standard size. These are some Air Jordans. Their Air Jordans are hit and miss. These are kid size. We picked them up for like $6. These ones are probably like, I saw some of them listed in the $60 to $80 range, but they're probably going to go more for a $30 range. The Jordans, they're just sometimes harder to sell. But if you can get a pair of Jordans for $30 that a kid can wear to school, people will buy them. And we got so much Christmas stuff. It's that time of year, so let's just get into it because it's just Christmas. So these are Christopher Radcos. These are big Christopher Radcos. These are new old stock. They've never been used. Still have the tags on them. When I looked them up, they were about $100. I have 2 of them, and they're in great condition. Pretty excited to get those guys listed. And we are just selling boxes of ornaments. so fast right now. So every time I can get my hands on some, because I get worried I'm going to get low on them. Some more Christopher Radcos. These ones are actually like little like trinket boxes. So they open up and there's candy inside. So these are new old stock. They're sealed, but I'm like really debating on these where they have candy in them. And these, I'm trying to find the date on these. Where they're so old, I think I'm going to open them up and just throw the candy away, just because I don't want to sell them with food in them that's expired food. Even if I disclose that it's expired food, I just don't want to deal with it. So I think with these, I'm going to open it up and then just disclose that the new open boxes. All right, more ornaments. Krebs. If you guys have been watching for a minute, you know I love my Krebs. These ones, like I've said, the more ornate a Krebs is, or decorated or unique it is, the quicker they sell. So these ones have like little cardinals on them. If I get a hold of the deer ones, they sell so fast. As soon as I list them, they're gone. So those are great. Pick those up for $1. Those will sell like 13 to 15 because they're more unique. They go a little higher end. These ones are fun. These are for Dillard's trimmings. These are like they're hummingbirds. And they're like really ornate and pretty, heavy kind of metal hummingbirds. So other people are selling the birds like for $30 a piece. I'll probably just sell the box, new old stock, $30 for both of them. It's Christmas time. Get them moving. Keep them off the shelf. Keep that constant flow. And so many of these Bradford Exchange. So these actually sell really great. Holiday time. This one's actually Roush. So this one was $2. That one was $2. This one is $2. $2, $2, $2. All of these $13 to $15. I think Christmas ornaments, the lowest I go down on them is usually in the $12 range. So $2 to $12 is still great, especially because if somebody buys Christmas ornaments, a lot of times they buy multiple Christmas ornaments. Or I'm selling such a mass amount that $12 sales. I know it doesn't seem like a lot that I'm only getting like a $10 profit on them, but when you're doing like 10 ornaments at a time, that's $100. So it's great. We've talked about Christmas ornaments, and the reason I pick them up is I sell so many of them, and that's kind of one of my things in my shop. So I get a lot of people. Last year, I think I sold, one lady bought 22 boxes from me. So that's why I go after them a lot. So this cute little ceramic general store. It's a tea light. Holiday Village. This is from Taiwan. It's like a vintage one, so it's probably like a $10 to $12 thing. It was $1, so we'll try and sell it, see how this one goes. And let's see, so many Christmas ornaments. More of these. So these ones are like the European handcrafted glass ornaments. These ones are harder because they don't like have brands. This one's Target. So a lot of times these are more in like these aren't like going to be like a Radco where I'm going to get $100 out of them. But I'm betting, like I'm probably going to get, it's not a Thomas. No, it's just Target. So I'm probably going to get like, 12 to 15 out of these a piece. And I believe I picked them up for like 50 cents a piece. So those should be a good flip. This one's pretty cool. I did pay up for this Christmas ornament. So it's Waterford Crystal. I paid $10 for it. It's this cool ornament that lights up. It's supposed to be like the ball drop kind of thing. But they sell like $50 to $60. So I paid up for it because for $50 to $60, it's a great profit on that one. It's worth picking up. We've got this European glass snowman ornament. He's mouth blown, North Pole, Santa's best. These sell in like the $15 to $18 range for me. Picked him up for $1, so great pickup for him. You guys are going to get sick of seeing Christmas, as if you don't see Christmas enough, it's the time of year where Christmas really gets busy. I picked this up for $1. It's Carlton cards. These sell for like $12, $13 a piece, but they had 7 of these. So what I liked about it is that I could list it and then just put quantity of 7, and then it just sits and auto renew, so it's just over and over. So I only have to really take pictures of one thing and I get the profit off of 7. So if you can get a multi-quantity of something and just keep like selling it over and over, it actually is great time-wise, because you're spending less time on the photos and the listings. And so you're increasing your profit because it's less time you're spending doing the listing. So this one's a good one because of the quantity that I got out of it. We got some teddy bear Christmas light covers. These are pretty fun. I picked them up for, I believe, $1 pack. They sell like in the $15 to $18 range. So those are always a good pickup. The Christmas light covers, people love those on the trees. Probably my favorite pickup. Same place I got all the other ornaments. On the very bottom was this box. All these vintage. This tree topper is broken, unfortunately. But I don't know if I'm going to sell it or not. I'll have to see if it's worth. It might be worth selling still with the broken top. But when I was pulling these out, I was like, shiny brights, shiny brights. And of course, the more unique they are, the more they sell for. Look at this one. So cool. So I'm going to have to go through this box, lot them up, sell them. But these are always, oh, this one's cool. These always do great. The more unique ones sell for a higher dollar. And let's see. And I paid, I think, $4 for that box. And I'm betting that box is at least $60 worth of ornaments in it. And more Christmas, some Dillard's trimmings. These are $2 for this box. The box is like $15 ornaments. I'm getting sick of Christmas. We picked up this Under the Mistletoe Department 56. The cart came out. If you know anything about going to the DIs, they roll out carts as you're there throughout like the hours. And so everybody kind of swarms the cart as soon as it stops and starts grabbing all the good stuff off of it. And then whatever's left gets stocked on the shelves. And so you go through the shelves and you find good stuff on the shelves that people haven't pulled off the carts, but the carts are usually where you get the really good stuff. So this sells for like $16 to $20. Grabbed it off of a cart for 75 cents. So pretty good pickup on it. And by far my favorite, let's see if I can show you one of them. I'll show you this one and I'll just cover him. Naked Santas. It's a whole string of them, like a garland of naked Santas. And I got this for like $1 at an estate sale. And I honestly think it's hilarious. We looked them up and somebody had taken the Santas off of the garland and they were selling them for like $15 to $20 a piece for the Santas. So I'll probably just sell the whole garland itself for like $20, $30. And I would say last Christmas, but there's so much more Christmas. This is a Dillard's trimming. It's like a little gazebo and fence. Any of these like kind of lower brand ones usually go for like $12 to $15. So this one we picked up for like $1 at an estate sale. I think most of what we did was estate sales and thrift stores this time. Not really much for yard sales anymore because it's too cold. We picked these up. Avon Sing-Along Snow Pals, $2. I have sold these over and over and over. As soon as I get them, I list them, and they usually sell if it's around Christmas time, as long as they're working. And I believe I sold them for like in the $25 range or something. So as soon as I saw the box, I was like, yep, mine. And he's down. And we picked up the Holiday Express animated train set. Picked it up for $10. It is New Bright. As soon as I saw New Bright, I was like, okay, that's something. I know what New Bright is. And I try not to get the giant train sets. I've had really bad luck with mailing them and pieces getting broken or the train showing up and not working. It's a whole thing, and the shipping on it is horrendous. But something this small, I would definitely, especially with its box, mail and ship. These themselves are going like, so this one's listed for like $124 for a used one of these, in excellent condition. So that one might be like an outlier. I'm betting at least 50 or 60. So for $10, it's good pickup. Sometimes you have to pay up. Don't start paying up until you're ready to and you have the collateral for it, though. And then we got tons of these. Excuse me. We got tons of these Coca-Cola Town Square collections. I paid $1 for each one, and they're new old stock. And these ones, they sell like $20 if they're new old stock. So I got a whole bunch of them. I will get them listed quickly. People like to add them to villages, or if they have the Coca-Cola villages, they're obviously the accessories for them. So these are pretty good ones. For 5 of these, for $5, I'm going to turn it into what, $120? And all right, we're finally through all the Christmas. Woo! So we did get some collectible stuff. This was kind of funny. I grabbed this bag. I didn't really know what they were. People were looking at them. They're puffkins. They're tagged. They were in a bag all sealed up. So they've never been used. I looked them up and they were like selling like for $10 to $15. These little random stuffies. So there's a whole like a dozen of them in the bag. So I'm just going to lot them up and sell them for $40 to $50. Like I said, we're getting so much inventory and it's such a cheap amount. I think I got the whole bag for like under $2. So we're getting so much stuff and so much good stuff for such a good amount that we're just going to kind of bundle up some stuff and get it going and get some of our money back. And then the higher dollar stuff we'll kind of hold on to and get the price out of that. And we got, let's see, some random paintbrushes. I'm not sure. Sometimes, once again, when I take Jason thrifting, these were $1, $2. I check out, we get home, I open up bags, and you find clowns and paintbrushes and random other things. So, collectible stuff. We picked up this Lady Lovely Locks and Pixie Tales. This is Prince Strongheart. I knew immediately what this is. I actually have Lady Lovely Locks still in my kids' play stuff. This is new old stock. It's never been opened. I think we picked this one up for like $3. I was pretty excited. A lot of people probably don't know what this one is, so they weren't tracking it, but like $90 to $125. So I'm pretty excited about this one. This one will actually probably sell pretty quickly. And we got some Little Mermaid stuff. It's the band cover. And this. Bagheera, drop it. Drop it. Bagheera. Bagheera. We're gonna take a brief momentum. My cat brought a bird in. All right, and we're back. Sorry about that. Little side endeavor of chasing a bird and getting it back into the wild thanks to a bad cat. And back to, so we got this Little Mermaids. It's the band cover. So these ones, you'll see them listed for like $100,000. People think they're worth $15 is what they sell for. But they're still fun to like have. Little mermaid book. These ones actually we end up picking up when we see them, for like friends want them and stuff. So I think we picked this up for like $1. So this will probably end up going to a friend for a Christmas present or something like that. We got some board games. Garfield, they were like $2 a piece. Green eggs and ham. And we got a Hallmark little dancing love machine. I think it's like $15-20 for this guy. We picked him up for $1. We decided to go outside of our, before I go outside of ours, Olympic stuff. We always pick up Olympic stuff. Shot glasses, and a whole bunch of little pins. Eventually, when I get enough of it, I bundle it up instead. I list it individually, and if it sells individually, then great. And then eventually, when I get too much of it, I bundle it, sell it as a lot, and then keep going with picking up Olympic stuff. So that's pretty fun. But then we did go outside of our norm. So we picked up some Winnie the Pooh needlepoint pillows. There is like some, I can't tell if it's damage on this one from like sun or if it was like that initially. I think it's some sun damage or something. It almost looks like bleach damage, but they still have the tags on them. They're in great shape. They don't smell. I think we picked them up for like $2 a piece. Probably bundle them up and sell them for like $20 or so on. And we got some, oh, this one's cool. Cake decorating kit. This one's from like 1980. So the kit part of it, the piping bag and stuff isn't there, but the pan is there. So it still has the original pan. I need to clean up the pan. It looks like it has been used. But the coolest thing about it is just the box. To be honest, somebody's just going to buy it for that box to sit on a shelf. It was $1. So this one's a pretty fun find. Oh, I forgot one Christmas thing. These little like vintage elves. Anytime you see them, the shelf sitter ones, they have like this little pixie look to them. They usually sell pretty good. I didn't lens him to make sure he was a vintage one. He didn't look like, yeah, he is a vintage one. So like $30 for him. He was $1. So that's a fun pickup. Anytime you see these little weird elves, they always sell really well, the MCM. In watching other thrifters, a lot of them go after Vera Bradley. And so I knew instantly when I saw this pattern that this was a Vera Bradley. And then I saw this one right next to it, looked at it, it was a Vera Bradley as well. They're both in great shape. No holes or stains. They don't smell. I paid like $3 for the big one and like $2 for the little one. And these sell for like 30-something dollars a piece. So these were a pretty good find. I haven't checked all their pockets yet. I checked all their zippers, but I haven't double checked pockets to make sure that there's no like money or anything fun in them. Also going outside of our little normal, a lot of people pick up cases and glasses, and so I found these Kate Spades. So the case itself sells for probably like $10-12, which isn't bad. But these glasses, when we looked them up, they sell for in the $30 to $40 range. So I'm just going to sell them with the case, make it a quicker sell on those. We'll see how that goes, see if it's something I want to keep looking for with the Vera Bradleys and the Kate Spade glasses, see if we'll keep picking those up. Another thing that we haven't really sold before, or we have but not a lot, we don't go for them as much, we ran into a VCR DVD combo. We tested it at the thrift store, and it opened and closed, and it read both the VHS and the DVD and stopped and spit everything out. So it's got the remote. When we looked it up, it was like $100-something for it, and we picked it up for $7. So this is probably going to be a really great flip. If this goes well, these might be something we're looking for more of. We like to broaden our categories here and there. This one's more of just a fun one. It's like a little Sony radio. It was $2. Goes for, yeah, like 20. It's not a huge flip, but these are just fun sometimes, some of these old vintage stuff. And last We got this marble rolling pin. Picked it up for like $3. These sell like $20 to $30. So this one's a pretty good flip. Who knows, maybe this will end up as a Christmas present as well. But I think that's everything we have that we got from this weekend. Crazy kind of pickups. It was kind of busy weekend, but we still got a lot of thrifting done. So I am excited for fourth quarter. Thanks for sticking with us through all the chaos of my cats and birds and stuff. And we'll see you guys next time.